Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're jumping back into DC Dark Legion with my tips guide. The last one I did was back in, I think, June, July last year, and it was for the landscape version of the game. There's been a few changes, and with it being 2025, we're in the official early access, and we know that the game is going to be coming out sometime early 2025, no official date yet. I figured it's the best time to come out and share some tips with you that I've learned. Some of them are still good from landscape, and some of them are new. There's a lot to discuss here, so let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. Let's talk about characters first. Now, this is an idle game, and just like with other traditional idle games, you can reset your characters. The one thing I like about this feature is that it's relatively risk-free to a point to just mix and match, invest resources into the different characters, and figure out which ones you like the best, which ones are going to work for you and your playstyle, which teams you want to build, things like that. Now, there is a limit when it comes to resetting your character. Up here, you see that there is no arrow circle up there. Typically, you'll see that, but once you get to level 121, you are no longer able to reset your character. So up to level 120, you can reset, you get your resources back. What you don't get back is force. So anything that you spend in force does not get returned to you, so be careful with your AC/DC shards. Only put them in characters that you know you're not going to need to reset, or if you already did, just know that when you reset that character and you put them into the level sync, once they get back up to level, you're not going to lose your progress in force. So whatever you put in there will still be there when you get that character back up to level. Just be very careful where you put your AC/DC shards, at least for right now, until we get more sources for it, which is Darkest Timeline when that comes out. It's supposed to be out sometime at the end of January for early access. So that'll be fun, and it'll be good to get a consistent source for those AC/DC shards for your force. But just know that it's not completely wasted, because what you unlock here will stay unlocked. All right, next, let's talk about the War Room. War Room, this is key. Your War Room here is what unlocks game modes, and it helps you progress in the story. So you always want to make sure that you have a timer. I just started my level 20 timer. It started at 68 hours. So always make sure to have that going. When you have your war room building, you can have another room building as well. So when we talk about the war room, there's other rooms that you want to make sure that stays at the same level. They're all the production rooms, in order to continually be able to, as soon as that timer is up for your war room, you can immediately start the next one, just like I did. It finished today. I was able to start the next one because I kept these rooms up to date. So the rooms that you want to make sure that you stay at the same level of your war room is going to be your training nexus here. You want to get this training nexus up to level 6 as quickly as possible, because that's when level sync unlocks. And what that is it takes the top 5 highest characters in your roster, and whichever is the lowest level character of your top 5, that's where the rest of your roster is going to come up to. So you can go ahead and put characters into this level sync to bring them up to that lowest character. So always keep your top 5 level. All right, next is going to be the drone room. Drone room, highly important, because this is what allows you to help speed up some of the rooms. It's only 1 minute per drone, so you want to make sure that you continually level up that drone room so you can get more and more drones. Also, it's a requirement for some rooms. The other 2 rooms are going to be your armory here, where you're going to be crafting armor, and then your research laboratory, where you research different stat upgrades and abilities and things like that. These rooms do require other rooms, so you want to keep an eye on these rooms as well. Your Wayne Steel, your chips room right here, your Wayne chips, as well as your bio lab up here. Now, bio lab isn't required as much as these other 2. That's why it's a little bit lower, but you always want to make sure to keep up on this as well. When you have multiple rooms like Wayne chips and steels down here, as well as the bio lab, you only need one of the rooms to be at the level required to level up your war room and to level up these rooms here. So these rooms here, just level up as you can when you have time. As well as these rooms over here, your living quarters, your lounge and stuff like that. Level these up as you have time. Once these other rooms are all maxed out, and if you've got time on this timer, then you can focus on that. But don't sacrifice time on your war room timer to get another room done, because you never want your war room sitting idle. You always want to make sure that you have a timer going. All right, let's talk about leagues. Leagues in here, important thing, critical to make sure that you are donating to your league and you're contributing points so that you can level up your league. Because your league level right here, this is something that's a little bit new, level 18 for my league right now. This unlocks certain things in your technology tree. When we talk about technology tree, just a heads up, I'm going to go over to construction. And when we talk about the dollars here, this refreshes one every 20 minutes, so keep an eye on that. My suggestion is make sure you get all of your coalition building first. So unlock this, then just one in every single one of these until you get to the next one, and to the next one. You just need one in each one of them, all the way down to this last coalition build, which is right here, which you need to be at least league level 15 to unlock, so that you can donate to it and then research it. That's going to help get you to your max member level of, max member count of 100. Once you get down to that, then I would suggest focusing on the combat tree so you can help increase the stats of your league and the different heroes like the warriors and the firepower and your supports, all the different characters you have in your roster. It definitely helps. And then resources is one that we put into this every now and then. It's nothing that I've been heavily focused on. I really more focus on construction and combat, and then we throw into resources every now and then when we can. All right, that is leagues for you. Let's talk about changing servers. That is something new. So in this version of the game, so we had an update on 12/27. That was the date of the official soft launch of the game. We can now switch servers. And anybody who joins the game is going to join, I believe, server 204. That's the newest one. But if you're coming into the game and you want to play with your friends who are on a different server, or maybe global launch, so like we're going to stay on server 204 when global launch hits. If you want to come and play with us, then you would switch servers. You'd get through the intro to the point to where you can click on your profile. You'd click on that, go to settings, and then go to service, account, and then characters down here. And you can see I've got a character here on server 200 as well as 204. If I want to create a new character, I click on this. And you can see the other servers here. So wherever your friends are, you can click on that server. You're going to go through the intro again, but at least that moves you on over to that server and you can play with your friends. So something to keep in mind now and for global and future use. All right, there we go with that. Finally, two more things left I want to run through real quick. Gems. Everybody always asks what's the best use for gems. Typically in games, the best use for gems is always to refresh your energy. There's no energy in this game. So the best use of gems is going to be in getting anvils for your bleed. This is your major summons, right? So we have a Superman banner that's up in 4 days. We now have a Joker banner here. And these anvils here are the currency that you have to summon with. So in order to get those, you go over here, you go into the store, and they refresh here in the store. One for 60 gems. Always make sure to keep that in mind, right? Because you have this one here, 3 for 323. That's over 100 gems for one anvil when you're paying 60 over here. I don't know why they have different prices here. The 60 should just be the standard, and that should be what it is, but unfortunately it's not. So especially for free to play, focus on getting the single anvil here. There will be a pack that pops up, 3 for 180. That averages to 60 per anvil, so that's worth getting as well. The next place is going to be an event over here. So let's click on this, go over to Interstellar Visitor. This pops up every weekend. There's 3 packs out of here that I suggest purchasing. The first one is going to be this Traveler Adventure Bundle. You get 10 summons out of that. This is 500 gems. Definitely worth it. Definitely better than that 60 gems per anvil. The next one is going to be this 31 down here. This is, I believe it's 2,000. Roughly comes around 83 gems per anvil. I think that's worth it as well. And then this pack here for all these mother boxes, I think is around 2,500. So in all, it's about 5,000 gems every weekend. So I've just been saving all my gems for these and then purchasing the anvils out of the store. All right, and finally, back in events, the event calendar. Just want to share this with you. This is where you can see all the different events coming up. This is brand new. I like it. It lets me know when events are ending and starting so that I can then plan what I want to do at least a few days ahead of time. So there you go, everybody. That's what I had to share, some things that I learned in the new portrait version of the game, my updated tips guide. What tips did I miss? What tips do you have for new and existing players? Share them in the comment section below so everybody benefits. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.